Now for drakensang of bigpoint.com. Now, I like this game. I do like this game. And you have an option of turning on and off the PvP, which makes it even better. I like that. And your health replenishes if you sit there a certain amount of time, and if the creatures will come after you by just sitting there. So, yeah, it's a pretty good game. I mean, I learned to go from, once you go to a map and it says, like, for instance, creatures levels are from, well, what was it, 7 to 11? No, that's right, it was 7 to 12. Or 8 to 12. And I know the bosses are 12. I know that. Because I tried it with 3 different characters. I was a warrior, I was a ranger, now I'm a mage, and I'm liking the mage. So I knew the bosses were 12. Level 12. So I would fight the creatures till I was 12. No, actually, I think I fought him until I was 13, and I think it was 13. And then I did the quest for that map, and simply, I think by the time I got done with the quests, I was 15, level 15. No, I think I got 16 because, yeah. Oh, no, that's right, I see what I did, okay. So I was either 14 or 14 by the time I got done with that one map. And then I went to the dungeon, a grotto, and stayed there, and did kill all the creatures there till I was 15. And then I simply started turning in quests for that map and got up all the way up to 16. And then once I was done with that quest, there's repeatables for these maps and dungeons, but you only get experience the first time you turn it in. After that, it's just money, so you don't get experience for it. I did see in the forums that a person ran out of quests to do, but I think that's for higher levels, so I haven't got to the higher levels yet and how hard it's going to be, but I'm going to stick with my plan of fighting the creatures till I'm one level higher than the bosses. I know it may take a while once I get up to higher levels, but I'm going to stick with that plan for now. I may even get bored of the game eventually, but essentially, I had problems getting groups for places, for these dungeons, so I would do the maps, and then I would do the dungeons, and then I would at first work on leveling, and then I would do the quest for the dungeon. But I kept using the run and thinning a line herd tactic, where you run, and only a few would chase you, and then someone would turn back, and someone would not, and those are the ones I would attack and kill, because there were less and less. So that's why I call it the run and thinning the herd tactic. So and dodging the spells that they threw at you, and arrows. Now you have to time it right, because they don't do it fast. No, they're kind of slow at doing it, so you gotta time it just right in order to avoid them. So the grotto mostly had magic. They didn't have arrows, so those were easy to do. So, and the bosses, some of the bosses, let's see, there was 4 witches, so all they did was through magic, and you can dodge those. Then there was the king. I don't really see him as a king. He seems like another gremlin on that game, just bigger. And I just simply ran around circles around him once I got rid of everyone that followed him, and just kept firing at him. Sometimes he got really close, and sometimes he might actually hit me. But I ran around enough that my health replenished. So eventually I killed him. And there was another undead dude, boss. And he was a soldier, so I just ran around him. Unfortunately, the second time I went to that map, instead of just foot soldiers, there was also arrows. So trying to dodge the boss, the foot soldiers, and the arrows is not an easy thing. Sometimes I actually got hit, so it was not easy. But I was able to manage to fire at the boss, fire the foot soldiers, and fire the arrows. And eventually wipe them all out. Sometimes it's not easy trying to take on a boss when you got arrows firing at you. So it's not an easy thing, but it can be done. Then once I was done with the grotto, I moved on to the catacombs. That was even harder than the grotto. That one I could definitely use a group for, but I've never had very good experience with groups. And my friends don't have time for games, type of games that I play, because they got other things they gotta do, and I understand that. So I don't try to invite my friends to play games with me. So I basically try to take on all of these games solo, and so I took on this dungeon, and wow, this catacomb took me, I think, 2 hours. An hour to kill the main boss, which was on the 2nd floor, and made me very tired afterwards. So, wow. I'm level 17 now, and I was level 16 when I tried that catacombs. And now I got a legendary weapon out of killing the main boss. So now my armor value has skyrocketed, which is really awesome. And I need that for my mage. So essentially, I'm not going to try to continue working on leveling in that area, because it's hard, and I don't feel like spending 2 hours just to clear out the whole dungeon. And I'm not going to take on the main boss again unless it's a quest I have to do. So, and I did die eventually, but that was because I thought I could take on this group of foot soldiers and fight them enough and get the health drops enough, but it didn't work out, and I ended up dying. But I almost had the whole 2nd floor cleared out once the main boss was dead. There was only a little bit left, but then I got cocky, and yeah, didn't work. So make sure you don't get cocky with games thinking that you're going to get enough health drops to make you survive. And it didn't work for me, so I should just continue my thinning the herd tactic. But anyways, that was my fault. Plus I was tired and I didn't have any sleep the night before, so yeah, was I used my head correctly that day. So, but I definitely recommend playing Drakensang. It's a good game, and hold on. Excuse me, sorry about that. My asthma. Yeah. Anyways, so I definitely recommend this game. It's a fun game. We'll be working a lot on leveling, but it's definitely a fun game to play and do. You can't trade with other players, it seems like. I haven't found a way. I had this awesome pauldron that I could not use because the armor value didn't work for me, but there was other things added to it that would benefit someone who's not geared for solo. So I was trying to give it to someone, and we couldn't figure out how to trade, so I don't think you can. There is an arena where you can take on other players and stuff like that. Team deathmatch, so duel, and I don't know what the third one was. And then you can also talk to one of the class people for your class or another class, and that's them to turn PvP on. But I'm never going to do that. I hate PvP. So I definitely recommend Drakensang. It's a fun game. I like it. I wish I could play the one game I keep hearing great things about, but unfortunately I can't. Let me see. I don't even know the name of it. I do have it saved because there was a free download for first game. It's taking a while to load up. it's not there. It's under games. There it is. Diablo. I've been dying to play the first part of Diablo and then second one, but unfortunately, it's not easy finding the first and second combination. I think I found a chest that has both. I'm not for sure, but since I'm a freelancer for data entry and there's no way of getting a job around here, finances are pretty much shot. So, and trying to get my business up and running is not an easy thing either. So, simply I'm not gonna be able to play Diablo and try it out and see if it's as awesome as everyone says it is. So, drakensang, definitely recommend it. Don't count on being in a group, and good luck in trying to find a guild, because there's no guild search thing on that game. You simply have to ask in the window and see if there's any English-speaking guilds. It may say US server, but there's still not going to be people who speak English on that server. So, make sure it's an English-speaking guild. And good luck finding a guild, because I have asked twice and I haven't got, no one said anything yet. So, and I'm not really a big fan of guilds anyways. So, but I figure I can get a little hope for a little while for when they do help me. Some cases, guilds don't help you at all. So, in that case, I'll just leave and find one that does. That will help me for a little while, and then stop helping me. Then I'll just leave and do it all over again. That's the best way to go if you're going to join a guild. So, anyways, take care and have a good day.